The next thing that we would like to add are the piers that will support these steel columns. So that they will be made of concrete. Let's look at specifications if there are any. So we have here the structural columns. Column should extend appropriate height. Yep, we did that. And then for the pier, we need a concrete square. So we can do that. Let's look at what we have loaded so far. So we'll go to columns again under structure. And we do have a concrete square column here, 300 by 300. Now, in case you do not have this, again, you can load family. And I have already loaded the library. Go to not columns, okay? Go to structural columns. Double click, select concrete. This is where we would have added the steel, right? MHSS hollow structural section. But this time we're going to add the concrete, and we do have here a square column. So that's where you're going to go to add this particular column. I'm just going to cancel because I do have a structural square column added here, concrete square column. So I think I'm going to use the 450 by 450. Let's see how that match up, right? So looks good. You always need to make certain that you have the proper one. This is just for or a placeholder. We can always replace this with what the structural engineer would specify. So I'm going to go now to my warehouse, or sorry, right? This is a structural membrane, so I need to be at the level it's going to be supporting. So the bottom of this steel structural column is at the first floor. So that's where I want to go. I'm going to go to the first floor. Okay. And then I'm going to say, let's go back to our command, which is the column, right? And we're going to place it on the grid. So at grid. So at grid. Yeah, but we do have to set it first. It would be nice if we would set it first. So depth, again, if we look at the location, it doesn't say here, right, where it's going to start and where it's going to end. You can find that here under the option bar. So again, depth, and we'll say up to the underside of footing from where you are currently at. So I'm at the first floor, and it will go down up to the underside of footing. So that's how it wants it to be placed. I'm going to say at grid. Now there'll be more than needed, right? Because I'm selecting all the grids. Click OK. Of course, that warning will again be giving us that notification. Now for concrete square, you actually can do heights. So you can go from the underside footing going up to the first level. So every time this is not grayed out, you can actually change that. But we're just so used to structural membranes being placed at the level it is supporting. So let's look at our 3D view. There it is, right? And nicely placed. As I said, there will be, I think, more than needed. So we just need to delete those. go spin around, look for the extras. By the way, I am in the wireframe mode. Otherwise, the site will not allow us to view those years which are under the topography. So I'm just going to select one, hold down the control key, 2, 3, and delete. Go around. I think we don't need this 2, right? The set of column and so select, again, filter, check for none, and delete. Oops, I think I wasn't able to get those. Wait again, maybe just select those and delete. Okay, so I don't think I have any extras anymore. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the support, right? The isolated pads.